Hi everyone, this is going to be a timeless reading for all signs. This is a pick a card. We have 3 piles here. While you're here, please comment, share, subscribe, like the video. It does not cost you anything, but it would mean the world to me. And so let's get started. We've got 3 piles. Pile 1 is going to be this heart. Pile 2 is going to be this pen. And pile 3 is going to be this stone. So pause the video if you need time to meditate on your pile, and go ahead and click the timestamps below. And let's get started. Let's get started with pile number 1. So for pile number 1, we've got 4 of fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Oh, and I love it. We've got Archangel Sandalphon, I hope I'm saying that correctly, showing up. And these are urgent messages from the angels. So I love that an angel showed up in your reading. That's a really good sign, you guys. And this is all about unity. Traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So this is kind of like the Hierophant. So maybe you're a Taurus or dealing with a Taurus. And for some of you, maybe you recently got married, or you're in a very committed relationship. It could even be a career. You could work for a big company and you're very committed to that path. Never-ending story. Community. Transmute. That is really beautiful. Connect to heart. Yeah, whatever this is that you're committed to, whether it's a relationship or a career, there's definitely some heart involved. I can see that you're a very loyal, dedicated, hardworking, committed person. And your family, your community, your friends, they mean a lot to you. But maybe you're dealing with an issue that feels like you've dealt with it 100 times. It's some kind of pattern or way of thinking, or it's just something that you feel like you've dealt with it before, and it's like it just won't go away. It just keeps coming up. And maybe it's a way of being in relationships, or maybe it's some kind of character trait that affects your work. So we've got open mind. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. Oh, we've got Prince of Cups in reverse. 2 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. 7 of Cups in reverse. And 3 of Wands. Wow, you guys, you got the 2, the 3, and the 4 of Wands coming out. So you might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Or I love it when these synchronicities come out, because it means that you're making a progression. You are making progress in this situation, whatever it might be for you. The 2 to the 3 to the 4, you are making progress. Things will get better. We also have 3 cups coming out, so you might be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you might be dealing with one. But, you know, the 4 of fire and the Hierophant card talks about what we're committed to. It talks about, you know, higher level commitment in relationships or in our careers, or just these bigger organizations that we belong to that we're very committed to. And when the Prince of Cups is coming out in reverse, with the 2 of Cups in reverse, For a lot of you, this is definitely a relationship situation, and maybe it seemed like you guys haven't been on the same page for quite a while now. There's clearly something that just isn't working between you two. And I can see that there's a lot of love here. I can see that you guys have probably known each other for a really long time, and you guys have the same friends, and your lives are just so intertwined in ways that you can't just up and leave this person. Like, there would be serious consequences, maybe you have money, your finances are tied up together, or you have children together, or you've created this big, beautiful life together, and even though things don't seem to be working very well between you two right now, you don't want to just up and leave them either, because you've committed your life to this person. This person, you've built this bedrock of a life upon doing it with this person. And when times are good with this person, they're really, really good. Things are so stable, and there's so much harmony and peace and laughter, and just, you guys have had so many good memories together. But with the Seven of Cups in reverse, there might have been some confusion. Someone maybe hasn't been sure about what they want, or maybe someone has been exploring their options outside of the relationship, or they've just been distracted by other things. That can happen when we've been in a relationship for a really long time. We get comfortable, and we stop putting in that day-to-day work that's required to keep a relationship going. The Knight of Pentacles is a very stable, hardworking, reliable, dedicated, honest, integrous energy. And maybe that's your energy, or maybe that's who you're dealing with. But I can see that at least one of you is willing to put in the work. You're willing to do whatever it takes to make it through this situation. And even if it's a slow-going process, even if it's going to take some time, I know that you are willing to transmute whatever negative energies, whatever difficult energies has been going on. And sometimes we face these really big challenges so that we can work through them and come out even stronger on the other side. If you've been in a relationship for a really long time, you know that the relationship goes through phases. It goes through iterations. The type of relationship you had 10 years ago, it's going to be different than what it's like now. And there may be some negative emotions that need to be transmuted. And the way that you're going to do that is by connecting to your heart. Maybe you need to forgive this person. Maybe there's been some transgressions, and you love this person to the moon and back, but you can't deny that they've done something to hurt you. They've done something that's not above board. It's not what you guys agreed to. It's not putting the best foot forward in the relationship. And maybe the trust has been broken. Maybe you feel like you still love this person so much, but you don't trust them like you used to, and you feel like you can't count on them like you used to be able to. But, the Two of Wands in reverse talks about, do I stay or do I go? I've got a decision to make about my future, and I don't know if it involves this person or not, but I'm afraid to make that choice. I think it's in reverse because you're afraid to make a choice that's going to affect the rest of your future, because you don't want to make a choice until you guys are on the same page. You want to be able to make this choice together in the best interest of both of you. And so for now, maybe you're holding back. Maybe you're playing it safe because you don't want to make a choice that's going to have lasting repercussions, and not just your life, but their life too, and your family and your community. This is asking you to keep an open mind. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. And I think it's so synchronistic that came out, because it's talking about an old cycle, an old way of doing things, an old behavior pattern or belief pattern, or what you do when you get angry. Is there a thing that you do every time with this person and you keep doing it and you want to stop doing it because it's hurting them or what they're doing is hurting you, but it's like they're stuck in some cycle where they keep doing the same old thing and it doesn't work, but they don't know how to do anything different. That's what Never-Ending Story is all about. It's like, if I give you an example, it's like someone who loses their temper. Every time you try to talk to them about a problem in your relationship, let's say they lose their temper and they throw something in the house and it breaks. That's a behavior pattern that they probably learned a long time ago, from their parents or whatever, and they're going to keep doing that same old thing until they open their mind, acknowledge the pattern, want to do something different, and then in that moment they can start catching themselves doing that pattern. And that's when you catch yourself. That's when you have the power to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. It's time to do something different. We can't change what we don't like if we aren't able to be honest about it and acknowledge it and start keeping a lookout for it. We have to know when we're doing that thing that we always do. And I know for myself, I've had to tell my partner, look, we need to come up with a code word. Whenever we start doing that thing we always do that's really hurtful to this relationship, one of us is going to say the code word, and as soon as we say that code word, that's the cue to both of us that we need to go to our separate corners, we need to take a breath, relax, and don't say another word until we've both calmed down and can come back together peacefully and resolve whatever the issue is. So maybe you guys need a code word, and how you find that code word is, it doesn't matter what the code word is, but it's something that's meaningful to the both of you, that you're going to know exactly what it means the second someone says it, and it's something that you decide when you're both in a calm, peaceful state of mind, and you have to know that when one person uses that code word, that there can't be any repercussions for it. You have to both agree that the second someone says that code word, that you both have to do what you pre-agreed you were going to do to diffuse the situation. And the Three of Wands talks about being optimistic for the future. In the near future, you will be making some decision, and you will be taking that next right step after you've made that decision. You are going to be anticipating better things for your future. I would say hang in there, have hope. Things are about to get better. You're about to get that support or assistance that you are needing. And attitude is everything. If we're anticipating that things will get better, then of course they will. But when we're anticipating that things are never going to get better, they're only going to get worse, of course that's what's going to happen, because we're looking for that to happen. And so there's that whole self-fulfilling prophecy. So I hope you got something out of that message. Would you do me a favor? Please shoot me a comment. It would really make my day. And until the next one, take care. So now we go to pile number 2. We've got the Knight of Earth. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Wow, you guys. This whole message is about urgent messages from the angels, and you have a guardian angel showing up in your reading. So wow, that is really off to a good start. Two of Water. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness. The positive resolution of a conflict. Round and round. Yeah. This talks about the cycles of life, the things that we do over and over again, but it also talks about we feel like we've faced something before and we feel like we've healed from that, we've learned from that. And just because we're facing another situation, another type of person that we faced in the past, Doesn't mean that we haven't learned from it or healed from it. It just means it's a new opportunity to do something different. And life is not linear. Life is more circular. And we continue to go up and up and up, but as we're going up and up and up, we will face some of the similar things and people and circumstances and issues that we faced in the past. But as we continue to rise up in our evolution, our consciousness, our spiritual ascension, we become bigger and better people, and we are able to handle them better and better over time. So, main female. Now, you might be that main female, or you might be dealing with a main female. The warrior. Wow. The pillar. You know, these pillars make me think of something that's so stable and so strong. These pillars are going to last a lifetime. There is nothing that can cause these pillars to crumble. And what is it they say during an earthquake? You should go to the door frames and stand in the door frames, because it's been found that door frames tend to stay standing even when the rest of the building crumbles. So yeah, I don't know if you're building a relationship that is meant to last the tests of time, but wow, you are a warrior. You are so strong and dedicated and fierce and determined, and you are building something that is meant to last the test of time. And for some of you, the pillar can be a new doorway, a new opportunity, a new portal that you might be walking through soon. I know we have the 8-8 portal coming up. Not sure if you're a Leo or dealing with a Leo. We have face your fears. Farewell to fear phantoms. 3 of Cups in reverse. The Tower. Wow. The Tower would definitely be a good example of an earthquake. I am not trying to bring an earthquake upon us, guys. Trust and believe. But yeah, it had to be mentioned. Ace of Swords. What? Oh my goodness. You got the Ace of Swords twice. One of them is upright. One of them is downright. Reverse. So, wow. Talk about synchronicity, you guys. Wow. 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Yeah. So, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 swords. So you might be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or dealing with one. You know, the Tower can talk about disruption, chaos, drama, things that just kind of come out of nowhere and kind of disrupt the status quo. For example, it could be losing your job, or having an argument, or your house burning down, or having to relocate, or it can also talk about sudden epiphanies, sudden realizations that just kind of rock your world and just kind of upend everything. And with the Round and Round coming out, I feel like maybe you might have had some pretty earth-shattering realizations lately. It's kind of a spiritual ascension type of stuff, where your whole perspective on yourself and your life and this world is just completely flipped upside down, and you just see everything differently. And maybe in the process of these realizations or these Tower moments, you've had to distance yourself from friends or family that just aren't on your level anymore, because you're a freaking warrior, and you are building something that is meant to last the test of time. And not every person in our life is meant to stay forever, you know? Some people come into our life only for a season, and that's okay. We aren't meant to have everyone we ever meet in our lives forever. And there's some people I know from personal experience that you think are going to be in your life forever, especially, do you remember when we were like 13, 14, and we broke up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend? It felt life-shattering. It felt like our life was over, because we thought that that person would be in our life forever, and everything just feels so dramatic at that age. And, we're not 13 and 14 anymore. But I get the feeling this Face Your Fear card, it might have something to do with these Ace of Swords. Because the Eight of Swords talks about being held back by your own fears, your own anxieties, your own self-sabotage, your self-limiting beliefs, the thoughts in your head that say, I'm not good enough, people won't like me, I can't have that thing, that only happens to XYZ type of people. Things like that don't happen for people like me that come from where I come from. Or, those thoughts like, I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or, I don't have the perfect body, or I'm not perfect at my job, or, just those fears and anxieties that we all have, those insecurities that hold us back. And you'll notice this person is trapped by swords. They're trapped by their own thoughts. Swords represent our thoughts, our beliefs, our communication. So what are you telling yourself that's a lie? Because let's be honest, these swords, some of our fears and anxieties, sometimes they do come to pass. But I've had a life filled with trauma, and only some of the things actually happened. I love that quote, because it talks about how we have a million fears and anxieties and worries about things that are going to happen. Most of them never do. So the Ace of Swords coming out strong. And I love how there's an Ace of Swords on this Warrior card too. You are a warrior. You do know the truth. But maybe there's something you're not being honest with to yourself. Because the Eight of Swords talks about the lies we tell ourselves. I'm not good enough. People aren't going to love me. I'm going to be rejected. I can't be that thing. Those are all lies. They're lies. They're lies that we tell ourselves. And I can see that you're a hard worker. I can see how dedicated and committed and hardworking and honest and loyal and faithful you are. Look how hard you're working, and look what a burden you've been carrying on your back. All by yourself, by the way. Do you allow people to help you? Do you delegate? Do you reach out to your friends when you're feeling overwhelmed and you need their support? Or have you been trying to do it all on your own? But look, you're loyal, you're dedicated, you're honorable, you're kind, you're faithful, and you're hardworking, and you honor your commitments. And this guardian angel is showing up right now to acknowledge you for what a good friend you are, for what a good person you are. You are so special and so beautiful and so unique. And this world needs you. You know why? Because there's no other you in this whole planet. There's 7-8 billion people? I've lost count at this point. There is no other you on this whole planet. There's only one, and you're looking at them. And so maybe it's time to take a little break. Maybe it's time to stop trying so hard in this situation and just spend a little bit more time with yourself and your truth. What's the truth that you've been pushing away? What's that? Maybe it's time to speak your voice, speak your truth. Stand up for what you believe. Be very clear about what you need and how you feel. Because there's something you haven't been willing to say. There's something you have not been willing to face and acknowledge. But it's time to face your fears. And you can do it. You're holding that sword of truth in your hand. And you are a warrior. I love how the sword of truth came out on your warrior card. You've got what it takes. You're building something that's meant to last a lifetime. And the reason these tower moments happen in the first place is because there's something that we've been avoiding for way too long. We haven't been following those intuitive nudges. We haven't been willing to face something. And when we run from something long enough, when we try to hide from the truth long enough, eventually a tower moment will happen. Some major disruption will happen in our lives to force us to face the truth, to force us to do something different. And if you've been stuck in a pattern going round and round and round, in a pattern of avoidance, in a pattern of self-sabotage, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. There's lighter forms of self-sabotage that we're all doing constantly. But if you've been stuck going round and round in some kind of pattern in your life, sometimes the universe will send that bolt of lightning to the building, to the structure, that it was a false sense of security. It was never meant to last forever. You were never meant to live there forever. But if you just want to stay where you're comfortable, if you just want to stay where you're familiar because you're afraid of change or you're afraid of whatever, that bolt of lightning will hit the building that you're in and force you to move and do something different. And this building, it can be represented by our bodies breaking down, our home breaking down, being forced to move, or our job, losing our job, or the company going away or relocating. So there's a lot of different scenarios where this can apply. And if you could, let me know in the comments how this is relating to you. I'd really, really like to know. It really make my day. So I hope you know that you've got people around you that love you and are wanting to support you. They see how amazing you are, and they want to hold your hand through this, whatever this is for you. Let me know in the comments. It would really, really make me happy. So I hope you got something out of that message, and until the next one, take care. So now we go to pile 3. So for pile 3, we have 6 of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan or paying off debts. 10 of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, trustworthy relationships. Serendipity. Serendipity is all about being at the right place at the right time, following those intuitive nudges, that it's like being in alignment with our best self, and being in alignment with our spiritual gifts, and just being spiritually connected so that we can receive those intuitive nudges, intuitive promptings, and follow them. And when we follow them, it causes our day to align in such a way that we see those synchronicities and we get those messages and we run into the right people and they offer us the right opportunities, and everything just falls into line, in line. The stars align in a sense. Thoughts, so you've got something on your mind. Ancestors, so we got ancestors coming through. Maybe you're deeply connected to your ancestors, or maybe you've got a passed on loved one that has been trying to connect with you. Speak truth. Slow down to relax. Break to enjoy the beauty around you. 6 of Wands, so we got 2 6s coming out. The 6 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. 3 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Wands. Wow, you might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, with all these wands coming out. The 3 of Cups in reverse. That also came out for pile 2, so if you were drawn to pile 2, you might want to check out that reading. And the Hierophant, this came out in pile 1, you might be drawn to that reading. And Death. Yeah, Hierophant talks about higher level of commitment. For some of you, you're definitely married. With the 10 of Water, it's like the 10 of Cups. It's that perfect, happy family. It's total bliss, total harmony in relationship. Especially with the 4 of Wands coming out, this is like a engagement, marriage type of card, some kind of celebration. So if you recently got married, congratulations. Um, this seems like a really beautiful time for you. And yeah, maybe you've got something on your mind. Maybe there's some truth that needs to be spoken in a situation. But there's some really big changes going on in your life right now. The death is all about major changes that are unavoidable. Endings lead to new beginnings. You know, going from engaged to married is a major ending that leads to a new beginning. Having children, graduating, you know, starting a new job, these are all major changes that are just a part of the cycle of life. And if you'll notice in this card, there's a lot of different people. Death is approaching, and they all have a different way of kind of reacting to this major change that's coming their way. This lady is pleading with death. This lady is avoiding death and pretending like he's not there. This little child is offering a flower to death. She's greeting death. And this man has been trampled, even though he's got a crown. So he's obviously got a lot of, he's rich and he's successful and he's important. But the point is that these major changes come for all of us. I don't care your skin color, how much money you have, where you're from, how good you are at something. These major life changes, they happen to us all. And the Three of Cups in reverse, maybe not everyone's happy about this change in your life. Maybe there's been some gossip or just some petty people around you that are jealous, and maybe you've had to distance yourself from them. And with the Three of Wands coming out, there might have been some delays or frustrations. Maybe everything didn't go according to plan. But this card invites you to be optimistic about the future. That even though there's going to be some setbacks along the way, things are always getting better. And if we choose to believe that things are always getting better and that the best is yet to come, then that's exactly what we'll find. Whereas if we choose to believe that the best is behind us, things only go downhill from here, well, that's exactly what we're going to find. But the Six of Wands is a very victorious energy. It's you getting a lot of attention. You've got a lot of eyes on you right now. And, you know, some of those eyes might be a little jealous, might be a little petty, or, you know, might be jealous of the attention and all of the good things that are happening in your life. The Four of Wands can talk about a celebration, you know. You've achieved something, you have a certain level of stability and success, and things are going well, you know, and I want you to take a moment to be proud of yourself. You did it, you know. I feel like congratulations are in order, and maybe now it's time to slow down and relax and enjoy these changes that are happening. Enjoy the beauty around you, because clearly there's a lot of really good things going on around you right now. The Six of Earth could talk about getting a financial, like getting a raise at work, or, you know, moving into a nicer house, or combining incomes, and therefore you're able to afford a better lifestyle. Like, you guys have all that you need and then some. Like, you have an abundance of good things in your life. And with the Ten of Water, my God, that's the best relationship card there is. Like, it doesn't get any happier, any more joyful. Like, this is together forever and loving it, you know? So if you're not in a relationship, maybe this reading isn't for you, because this is definitely for someone who is in a very committed relationship, and you have got so much success, recognition, attention. Like, wow, this is like a really beautiful moment in your life. And I don't think there's anything negative on your mind. I just think that sometimes even the best changes in life can be stressful, you know? Getting married, it's one of the best things that can happen to you, but it's still stressful. Buying a home is one of the coolest things that can happen, but it's still stressful. And so even these really good changes can be stressful. So it's important to remember that you need a break. You need to slow down. You need to take care of yourself, because even though it's all good things, mostly good things, don't forget, change is stressful, no matter what kind of change we're talking about. So I hope you got something out of that message. Please leave me a comment. It would really make my day. And I would really love to connect with you. And I hope you got something out of that message. And until the next one, take care.